Hi everyone, this is Rob Watson, the module leader for TECH2503. Great to have you back for another year of community media. And this year what we're going to be covering is the ideas based around community development and why it matters. And we often think of community media, or it sometimes is thought of as a kind of, in its own terms, as a form of media. In actual fact, we might be better arguing that what we're here to do in promoting, supporting and using and developing community media is to develop a stronger sense of and more integrated sense of community life. So that's the main topic for the module this year. You'll be doing that both through the reading material that you'll be guided through, the lecture material that you'll be guided through, some of the viewing material that we'll post online for you to watch, and also the practical sessions that you'll be working with John Costa again in order to be able to run, design, develop, promote, build a community media cafe session. So we've got some quite interesting plans for you to be able to demonstrate and show the skills that you've learned as media producers and community media producers and creative thinkers, and you'll be able to implement those skills in a live setting with real people in a place away from the campus. So we're looking forward to this. It should be pretty good. As ever, let me just write this down. Sorry. As ever, each week I will produce a set of PowerPoint presentations, but I won't share the PowerPoint presentations with you unless there's diagrams in there that you specifically need, because it's just pictures and that's pretty boring. Instead, you will get the notes from the lectures. So the lecture notes will be written out as a document which will be put online, and you can read the background information and follow the links from those lecture notes. So the notes will be available on wiki.our.dmu.ac.uk. So the DMU Commons wiki that you've learnt to use last year. So you'll be using that again this year, because it gives us a more social and community way of sharing knowledge, not hidden behind walls. Bring your friends in, let other people see it. I'm happy for this to be an open resource. I want more people to study community media. So, you know, it's what we should share these things, and we should co-design them and develop them. Anyway, so the key issues for the first week in lecture one, we're going to look at some kind of contentious ideas about why, just refresh our memory of why community media is different. We'll look at the idea of kind of what community media seeks to achieve in terms of things like civic participation, democracy, identity, representation. How do alternative viewpoints get taken up and understood? What are the kind of social problems that we should be addressing but seem to be pushed by the way it's pushed to the side or ignored by mainstream media? How do we strengthen relationships and social bonds within our communities? How do we think about health and well-being factors? These are all really important. Often when we talk about community development, community media is often absent from the picture. It's often not part, it's kind of like a sideline. In lots of the literature and lots of the books that I've read recently, there's no mention of community media. We need to change that idea, that community media can be a catalyst to social change and development. So we're going to look at these kind of issues through kind of contemporary debates and discussions about media, about what makes our sense of community development sustainable, and how maybe technology and things like globalization are impacting on what we do. So civic engagement in urbanization, or the atomization of people through consumerism, these issues that we touched on last year, but we can go in a bit more detail this year. What I'll do in the lectures each week is I'll kind of rattle through the issues, and then in the workshop sessions with John, you'll have a chance to interrogate and question the ideas behind them, and to discuss and explore them. So bring your notes from the lectures. It's really important. You're gonna hate us for this. within a very short space of time. We need to see you with your notebooks out, writing those notes, those key questions, those key issues. Just disappears if you just think it's going to go in your head. And it can't all be gathered from the notes that are available. You have to write your own notes for this. Be in control of your own media, if you like. So in the first session, workshop session with John, we've got a couple of icebreaker sessions just so we get back to know each other again. It's another year on. We'll look at some of the videos that some of the students produced last year and just kind of what did they learn from their experience on the module last year. And then we'll look at the aims of the module and the kind of the nitty-gritty, the assignment briefs, what they're about, so you know where to go and find that information, what the assessment is, what the expectations about note-taking and attendance are, that kind of thing. And then we've got something planned with a DMU global trip, which we'll tell you about, and the way that we'll use the blogs and the wikis throughout the module as well. So quite a lot to cover in the first week. Hit the ground running, and then we'll keep asking questions and figuring things out as we go along. So looking forward to seeing you at the lecture, and hopefully you've had a great Freshers Week. So see you soon.